Hello everyone, and in this video I will be talking about the difference of being humble, being grateful, and the goodness compared to the evilness, like negativity and all this stuff. So, I am pressing this video because I know a lot of times in life it's not always the best. We can go through negative phases, we can go through positive phases, we could be like, this is the best thing ever, or I hate this day. So, I really want people to understand life and see it in a different way, because I feel like we don't all see life the same way. For example, one person could say, I woke up today, I'm so thankful, thank you. I'm like, yay. And then another person could be like, why did I even wake up today? I just want to. And yeah. So the first word we have is positivity versus negativity. So this side is going to be the positive side, or like the more gooder side, because the light is towards that way. So as you can see here, there's like more light, and if you see over here, it's a little more darker. So I didn't just choose a side randomly. It's because this side you can see like the light there, and it's like a little more brighter, and this side will be like it's not so light here. So positivity versus negativity. First, I'll talk about negativity and how it affects us. Negativity can come when you feel a certain way, but then certain people don't want to make you feel that way, so you generally stop feeling that way. Or when things aren't going your way, you start to have a badder impression of that. For example, if the day isn't going so good, that you're gonna say like, this is a horrible day, I hate this day, and then start to say stuff like that, compared to if you're being positive about the day, be like, oh man, this day hasn't gone so good, but I know and I can make this day better, right? Because not everything might go your way. For example, if let's say you're playing soccer and you make a goal, the other team makes a goal, and then it's 1-0. And then, but like there's only 4 minutes on the clock. You're like, oh my gosh, we're going to lose. Like, we're gonna lose. This game sucks. Like why can't it just end? That's you being negative. But in reality, so much could happen in 4 minutes. Like, yeah. Compared to the positive, could be like, we're losing, but I know we got this. We can keep going. At the end of the day, if you don't win, there's always 2 sides. Because if you lose, you'll be like, oh my gosh, we lost. Like, no, we suck. You suck. Why didn't you pass me the ball? And then all this and that starts to come along. But when you look at it positive, like, you know what? We tried our best. And you start to see that it starts being a little brighter and a little better. Because who wants to deal with the person that's all negative? Specifically as a classmate, as a teammate, as a friend, as a family member, I don't think, first of all, before I even finish that sentence, I would say that, would you like to have a person around your house that's all negative, or a person at school, or one of your friends, or one of your teammates that's always so negative, right? Do you want to have a person like that around you? No, not really, right? Because they always see the bad stuff and they never see the good stuff. Now, if you don't want a person like that, you must not be a person like that, because sometimes we don't realize it, but we're the ones being the grumpy person. We're the ones bringing the negativity to the light. So, would you really want to be around a person like that? No. But we also must understand that we cannot be like that if we don't want a person to be like that. So treat others how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated with delight and positivity, then you must just show that to others. But if you want to be, if you're giving negativity out to others, but you want to be treated positively, then that doesn't really make sense, because you're treating others badly and you want other people to treat you goodly, right? So I think positivity is way better, because you're always appreciating the little moments and knowing that at the end of the day, it might have not been the best, but I'm sorry about that. It's not always the best, but you can still be then you can still be positive about something. Compared to over here, you're just making everything look bad, and then you're gonna start to think about other bad stuff, and then you're just gonna make you a crash out. So at the end of the day, positivity beats negativity, in my opinion, obviously. The next word we have is grateful and ungrateful. So in most of the sides, I will generally say this side will win because yeah, but yeah. So ungrateful and ungrateful. Ungrateful can be seen as a person who only wants certain things. For example, if you want Dubai chocolate and I buy you Dubai chocolate, this is how the ungrateful person react. Thank you so much, but it's all melty. I don't want that chocolate. Ew. Like, why would you give me something that's literally unmelted? Compared to the positive person would be like, oh, you got me Dubai chocolate. Thank you so much. You know I've been wanting it. I really appreciate it. It's a little melting, but at least I got something. You see the difference between a person who wanted Dubai chocolate and a person who wanted Dubai chocolate? Like, they want the same thing, but they have two different impressions of it. And I would say that most things are two-sided, which there's always the good side and there's always the bad side. But not in all cases, but just in general, I feel like there are like that. And I want you to know that like just because you say something, it could really make a big impression on something else. For example, like I say, ew, I don't want that Dubai chocolate that's all melted. It might just sound like a little, I might be thinking it as a little rude thing, but the person that's giving it to me might feel like, oh man, like you never really know the reason behind it. For example, like the person that gave it to them could have been like, I wasted my butt and I saved money just to buy that person to make them be happy. So like you never really know how it's gonna affect someone, which is where I'll use the terms that meanness is like a rock in water. It's like throwing a rock in the river. You never know how far it's going to go. Sometimes when you say something mean, it could affect someone a little bit. But sometimes if you say something really big, you throw it really far, it's gonna go really deep. And it might start to make their life a little better or their day. And I want you guys to realize how different things can affect them compared to if the positive and the good person that gives a gift, they'll be like, wow, I really appreciate this person for always being thankful and always accepting everything in positivity and gratefulness. So the person you choose to be decides. And I get it, sometimes we don't all have that positive energy to like live or like do this and that. Like sometimes we go through hard times, but the least we could do is always try to be a little positive, try to be a little grateful, right? Because if something really bad happens and you just come from here to here, then it's really bad, because then you're going to start to like doubt and think all these bad things and start to worry, start to hate, and like we don't want to spread that. And the next, so gratefulness beats ungratefulness. And plus, there's so many things to be grateful in this world, like waking up, breathing, the air, all your family members, you know. The next word we have is humble and prideful. Now, these can go. Now, I don't know if many people are prideful. What prideful is when a person thinking highly of themselves and not of others. For example, if I said, I'm the best, you guys are all losers. You know, that's not really nice. And then there's humbleness, which is where you see everyone as equal and you validate everyone with equalness. Not like I treat you a little better because I like you a little more. I treat you better because I don't like you that much. No, a prideful person will act, oh guys, look at this new car I have. It's so good. Like, too bad you guys can't afford nothing like that. I'm just like, Compared to a positive person, I'd be like, look at this car. Do you guys like it? I really like this car. I worked really hard for this car. I just wanted to show my car to you guys. Hopefully you guys get a car one day. So, did you see the difference? Now, let's do just all the difference. I want you to imagine each person, something bad happens to them. Somebody goes to their house and robs their car. Like, ooh, I want you to imagine that. Now, the prideful person, watch how the people, so there'll be the person and then there'll be the other people they were talking to. Watch how the other people, because they're both gonna ask for help, but watch how the different people react. Dang, someone took my car. Man, I really need money right now. So sorry for the noise in the background, but we will continue the video. Like I was saying about the difference between a prideful person and a person that's humble. Back to the situation that they needed help. So we're gonna say with the person that they both got a stolen car, and they're gonna ask others for help. We're going to see how the others react due to how they acted to them. Because it is really important how you treat others. So we're going to go back to the prideful man, what he said. My car was stolen. I really need help. Does anyone want to help me? Now, I have a question for you all. If someone treats you really badly and always shows off their stuff on them, would you really want to help them? Not really. So I guess you can know where the people are going to go and what they're going to say to him. You treated us badly. Why should we help you? Compared to the person that was humble. Compared to the person that was humble. Okay, my car got stolen. I would really offer help. And then what are they obviously going to say? He always treated everyone with kindness and respect, and showed them that they were always really important, and how they felt was important to him. And they, of course, they're gonna say, yes, I got you. Here, I'll lend you some money. Now here, obviously, humble wins against pride. These are just some examples. If you really like this, then I will do more. Please tell me. I think I will do another video like this. But that's pretty much it. That is what I had to say to you, to realize the difference on how you act can affect others, and when you might not think of it, that time will come. Maybe there will be a time where you genuinely will need help, and that's why it's always important to treat others fairly. Not just because you might need help, but it's just, in general, it's just good to treat others kindness. So treat others how you would want to be treated. That's pretty much it. Bye.